So most of us struggle with patience because of how it feels.
Yeah.
It feels like this is never going to stop. It feels like this is never going to end. It feels like I'm not going to be able to take another step. It feels like I'm not going to make it. And so that's what the enemy preys on, to convince us to sabotage the process of patience.
Hello, and welcome to Now That'll Preach. My name
That'll
is
preach.
Jared Crowley. I'm your host, and I'm sitting across from Pastor David Freck. If you're new to this show, the whole theme is that we ask Pastor David to come sit down and preach a quick, 5 to 10 minute sermonette. But the difference is he has no prep. So we get our questions in from you guys there at home. The number is down here if you want to text in your questions, topics, or concerns, anything like that. And we take from that and we kind of see where the heartbeat of the people is, and we throw them at you.
All right. Hopefully we're ready.
Yes. All right. So this week's question, someone in need of patience asked what to do when the longevity of a problem goes on for too long or so long. And then they actually included a passage from Isaiah 43.
Okay.
And it's the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. So.
Well, isn't that the nature of patience?
Right.
Longevity.
Yeah.
It's not patience if we're not waiting for something to transpire. So patience isn't necessary in the context of no waiting.
Sure.
So waiting is the very nature of patience. So the question was what to do when the process is taking too long, essentially?
Yeah. Or when it feels like it's taking too long, or it's just,
well, so yeah, and I love the subject of patience because I don't have any. But I would say that patience, the real key to patience is the understanding of the word itself. So we oftentimes associate patience with endurance, and that's true. You know, we endure. In other words, we're in it. We're going to work through it. We're going to endure what's coming. But that's only half of what patience is. The word patience is actually translated cheerful endurance. So it's not just going through something, it's the way you go through it. So it's the mindset, it's the attitude, it's the spirit of how you go through it. So you can suffer through it, that's not patience, that's just simply endurance.
Totally, yeah.
But if you rejoice through it, that's patience. So rejoicing through it is an attitude of praise. So the way to, how do I say this? To minimize the way the time feels is to praise your way through it.
Sure.
It might not shorten the time.
Right.
It may not. But what it'll do is it'll change the way it feels to you.
Yeah.
So most of us struggle with patience because of how it feels.
Yeah.
It feels like this is never going to stop. It feels like this is never going to end. It feels like I'm not going to be able to take another step. It feels like I'm not going to make it. And so that's what the enemy preys on, to convince us to sabotage the process of patience. So James chapter 1 says, let patience have its perfect work.
That's so cool.
It's the language of James.
Right.
Let patience have its perfect work, that you might be complete, lacking nothing. So the key to no lack and wholeness and completeness is the way you manage patience. Think of that.
Yeah, right. It's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So patience is not just a process. Patience is an attitude. So it's also in obviously Galatians 5 where it talks about the fruits of the Spirit, like love, joy, patience, love, joy, peace, patience, right? So this idea of patience is, there's two things at work: a decision, right? A decision to endure.
Sure.
Secondly, an attitude of praise or rejoicing in the endurance. And the final piece is the understanding of the work of the Holy Spirit in the process of patience. So those three things have to exist
Sure.
for you to really get the value of patience. None of us like it,
Yeah.
as a general rule, right?
Right,
we
right.
all kind of recoil
Yeah.
at, you know, it's just like the classic, the kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And in many ways, that's how we as adults process through this. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And it's kind of like God sitting in the front seat saying, hey, we're going somewhere.
Right.
And no, we're not there yet. And you can make this miserable by keep saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Or let's play, you know, I Spy in My Little Eye. Or let's play, you know, let's find something to occupy the time so that the journey becomes enjoyable instead of just thinking that the destination is really the point of it.
Yeah.
So patience is embracing the journey. It's submitting to the process of the Holy Spirit in the journey. It's an attitude of praise through the journey, and it's enduring the process of the journey.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers the question.
No, I think it does. I think that intentional waiting piece is like what is always missing from people when that attitude is there. I mean, it's always what's been missing with me whenever I'm like not liking where I'm at and wanting to move on, and God's saying, hey, hold back. I've been talking with Charity a lot about that, just in terms of like, I know I'm getting ready for a season of my life where I'm going to be starting a family in the next, 5-10 years. And that was awful to kind of like just work through that and wait through that until I started going, okay, well, how is God a husband to me? You know what I mean? And how is Jesus, the husband to me? And like, what does that look like? And what does it look like to be a husband? And like, really kind of prepping myself.
Seeing the model.
Exactly.
Seeing the model and then appropriating it.
Right.
So you're in the process of patience.
Exactly.
You're in the process of waiting for that to come.
Right.
You know it's going to come, right?
Right.
But so what's this season about for you? It's about learning.
Exactly.
Learning what you're supposed to be when you get there.
Yep.
Right. So it's all about personal development, growth, mindset,
Yeah.
heart. So it's so critical. It's so critical that we embrace the patient, we embrace the process, and we understand that God doesn't waste anything.
Yeah, totally.
He doesn't waste anything.
Yeah.
So if you ever are struggling with patience, the great challenge I would give to anybody that's watching, the great challenge I would give to them is check your praise.
Yeah.
Check your praise. Check your attitude of gratitude. Are you more focused on the destination than you are on the journey?
Totally.
And if you're focused only on the destination, the process is going to be painful. You have to celebrate the journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do it.
Absolutely.
It's critical.
Life's great, man. God's great. There's nothing to be not thankful for. So,
Absolutely. Well, hopefully that helps that person.
Totally. And well, I think that's it for this week.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Like we've been saying, text everything in. We'll have that number down there for you. And have a great week, guys. That'll preach.
Keep the questions coming. That'll preach.